just before we get started with episode 61 of Superstar Spotlight, I want to thank all the great sponsors out there, my good homies. Shout out Ian30, the man that makes my intros, the outros, my Instagram and Facebook clips and reels, all that good stuff. We also got the homies over at the Skittle Squad. Go join the Discord server. Go check out what you're missing out. It's a crazy old time over there in the Discord at Skittle Squad. I got the flag right behind me representing. We also got Pookie wrestlers outside of the Canadian region. Shout out Pookie, who makes all these cool Pookie-fied wrestlers just like this one right here. We also got the Bocce Boys. Shout out the Bocce Boys. I also got a flag as well. They got flag shirts, pins, stickers, patches, all that good stuff. Pint shot glasses, I believe, as well. Go get some fresh merch over at thebocceboys.com. We also got, last but not least, I can never forget, shout out B-Dub Photos. Shout out Becca. Get a cool photographer to do some cool photographer things. And my guest for the evening, an absolute legend to the deathmatch scene and to the Southern violence scene. I'm talking about the grandfather of gore, the bloodbath behemoth, Tank is here in the Soup Kitchen Studios. What is up, Tank? How are you doing on this lovely evening?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I am ready to dive deep into some of these fan-submitted and some of my own submitted questions as well, if you are, Tank.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
All right, I'm going to kick it off with this one here, Tank. This was submitted last minute, actually, right before we started. Someone submitted, you're hosting a dinner with three people. Which three people of wrestling, dead or alive, would you bring and why?
Can I do two different versions of this?
Sure.
The first one would be the Masked Superstar and Mr. Wrestling 2, because they were the reason why I started watching pro wrestling anyway. And I had the opportunity to tell both of them. I got to wrestle Masked Superstar, Demolition Axe.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I got to tell both of them in person that, if it wasn't for them, there'd have been no Tank. My dad, he watched wrestling all the time, and I thought it was dumb as hell. I was like, I just can't get into it. And I watched one episode with my dad of Georgia Championship Wrestling, and the Superstar beat up Mr. Wrestling 2, took his mask off, and then the show ended like that. So I was like, oh. So the next week I watched, and then the next week, and then I was hooked. And then if I could do another dinner, it would probably be Bruiser Brody and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, hell yeah. Literally, give me a hell yeah on that one.
Oh,
I love it. That's a great. And why Bruiser Brody and Stone Cold? Just two of your favorites?
Oh, yeah. Just two of my favorites. I mean, Bruiser Brody, I know a lot of people, he was hard to work with, to deal with, promoters wise, but man, he was such a badass.
Hell yeah.
And he was the first person to ever just scare the shit out of me, because my dad took me to a show here in Chattanooga. It was a Nick Gula show, but every now and then they would bring in like other talent, and they had a Bruiser Brody versus Abdullah the Butcher match.
Oh my goodness.
And I was just like, okay, this is crazy. And we would sit ringside, and they were throwing chairs, and Bruiser Brody was walking right towards me, hussing, and I was like, oh my God. And then he just like took a immediate right turn and left. But I was a fan ever since.
And I'm assuming that's how the hardcore violent nature of Tank became to be when you first saw those two wrestle.
I mean, anything Southern wrestling back in the day was very violent compared to other promotions. You had Memphis. They were like the innovators of like hardcore wrestling. Onita was in Memphis, and he took what he learned in Memphis to Japan to start death matches.
I was just about to say, literally, Onita said the most violent place in America is Tennessee.
And then in Georgia, you had the feuds with Tommy Rich and Buzz Sawyer. I saw them many
Oh yeah.
times. Ole Anderson and like Ole and Lars against the Russians. I mean, just bloodbaths, and Tony Atlas and Kevin Sullivan and the Russians, and Austin Idol and Tommy Rich. I mean, there was
Oh
just
yeah.
just violent matches all the time, and I was like hooked. And then and then years later when ECW took off, I didn't really get it, and I'd happened to see an ad for RF Video and ordered some tapes. I was like, man, this is just like watching fucking Memphis wrestling all over again. Just a modern day Memphis.
Hell yeah. And then ECW kind of just branched out into what we know as modern day indies, honestly, because
Yeah,
everyone's just trying to be ECW again. Some places get it, some places don't.
of course.
Well, I love this question. This one I started recently asking everybody. Tank! And you already did answer one half of it, so I'll still there's probably still more in depth we can get into it. But what made you want to become a professional wrestler? And any memory of your first death match?
Uh, well, I told you about Mr. Wrestling 2 and the Mass
Yep.
Superstar. And like I said, it was hook, line, and sinker. I was hooked. And then like you had Georgia Championship Wrestling out of Atlanta. George Goulish ran Mid America Wrestling in Chattanooga. They do at the auditorium every Saturday. So I started watching it and then seeing guys like Gypsy Joe and Tojo Yamamoto. My dad would take me to those shows. And then Georgia started coming here. And like I said, I was just like, oh man, this is the coolest shit ever. And I never, what do you mean by the first death match I was in or the first match I ever saw?
First death match you were ever in. So that'll actually backtrack me now to this question. What made you get in the ring first, too, as well? Like, did you start in a backyard? Did you start
Oh, yeah.
training?
I started in the backyard.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was me and there was a group of like six of us. And we weren't doing like death match stuff in the backyard. And we were actually trying to do wrestling matches. We would just watch matches and notice that they worked the left side of the left arm. And one of our buddies, a guy named Brian, found a guy in East Ridge, Tennessee, by the name of Chet Blaylock. He was a karate instructor, but he had a ring in the back of his parking lot. So we asked him if we could play in it, and he was like, "Yeah, just don't get hurt." So we each had two or three different gimmicks, and we would put on full on fucking shows. Like I was Franklin B. Ingram, FBI, and then me and this other guy named Lewis, we were Busta Heads, Sweet Tea, and Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh my goodness, that rules.
And then I was another gimmick called Roy Rage, where I just would get the shit beat out of me. I'd pull a syringe out and stick it in my ass and have a roid rage and start beating the piss out of people. And this guy named Richie Dye, who was a local talent, but he had done like jobs for NWA and WCW. He stopped and saw us and was like, y'all aren't half bad. So he brought some other guys a few weeks later, and they got in the ring, beat the piss out of us. And they were like, "Hey, we do a training class at TWA. It was in Rossville, Georgia. If you want to come." So me and like three others went, and I was the only one to go back because they beat the dog shit out of us. And then 6 weeks later, I had my first match.
Oh, hell yeah. And what was that like?
Oh man, it was in Charleston, Tennessee. I wrestled a guy named Alex Payne, and it was a half of the building was a laundromat, the other half was an arcade with a fucking wrestling ring right in the middle of it.
Oh my god, that rules.
And there might have been 15, 20 people there. And the very next night, I didn't get paid, of course. The very next night, I did a show in Fairmount, Georgia against Alex Payne again. I wrestled him for about 3 months straight because we came in together and did a show in Fairmount, Georgia, and got my first payoff, which was $2.
Oh my goodness.
The promoter handed me $2 and was like, "Good job, kid." And I was like, "Oh fuck, I've made it."
I love it. And now you get called the goddamn carny from somebody.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah.
love it. But then I assume from there you moved on. I would love to know, Tank, how did someone another fan submitted question? What was it like to wrestle Samoa Joe?
Man, it was great. Uh, Probably, I mean, definitely top five match I've ever had. He was just so good and so generous. I mean, even though I'd been wrestling longer than him, he was a fucking superstar, and I was just a shindy guy. And he made me look like $1 million, but he didn't have to. I mean, he could have just went out and be like, I ain't doing this, I'm not doing that, and he made me look like $1 million.
Now, when was this match? Because when someone submitted this, I was like, I didn't even know this match happened.
It was the IWA Mid South Strong Style Tournament, I believe in December of 2005,
I
and
will have to watch that
it's
later
on
tonight.
YouTube. It's on
Oh,
YouTube.
bet. I will definitely have to watch that. And we go from IWA Mid South. We got a couple NWA Wildside Dash Anarchy questions here, Tank.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear some stories about this. Favorite memory as a member of the Devil's Rejects in NWA Anarchy? Fan
Uh,
submitted question right here.
it was the War Games match where we wrestled Slim J, Ace Rockwell. Fuck, I forgot who all was in it. I mean, it was just crazy. We did a deal where if we lost, which we did, Jerry Palmer, who was the owner of the company, we get 5 minutes with the Rev, and we trapped him in a cage and beat the shit out of him, and legit like 30 to 40 people followed him in the ambulance to the hospital. I was like,
Oh, good old kayfabe.
oh man, they bought into that and like wanted us dead. I mean, they wanted to kill us.
Well,
And
that
I just
actually,
and I just happened to watch a video a few weeks ago of right before the WWE War Games, and it was the top 10 War Games of all time. There was no particular order, but that War Games was considered one of the top 10 War Games of all time.
that is so cool.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
And then speaking of, you brought up Slim J on a fan submitted question. The same person who submitted that one was Tank supposed to team with Slim J, not Iceberg, when Slim J feuded with the Devil's Rejects.
No,
That
not
answers that one.
not that I remember. I mean, it was the whole Rejects was it started out as me and Bird, and then we brought in Azriel and Sean Tempers. Only honestly, I was only in the ring with Slim J like twice the whole time I was there. He was always off doing his little, like junior heavyweight, light heavyweight
Yeah,
stuff. But you talk about a hell of a talent. Slim J to this day is still top
he's
tier.
still kicking butt.
Yeah.
Well, I also still gotta know, you've only been in the ring with him twice, but you can run it back with him one time. Talk
Oh
about
yeah.
a cool
That'd be
dream
fun.
match.
Yeah,
Tank,
it'd be
you got a
fun.
you got a top five dream opponent list that you're still running down with the career you've been on.
Yeah. Top five that I haven't wrestled or would like to wrestle again.
Haven't wrestled. Haven't
Uh,
wrestled.
so Slimmy would be on there. I mean, it's really hard to say because I mean, not trying to toot my own horn, but goddamn, I've wrestled everybody at least once. It seems like in the death matches now, it would I would like to wrestle Alex Colon, Dread, Eric Ryan, and coming up, in February, I got Bear Bronson. So
Oh, that's gonna be good.
yeah, I mean, he's taking the death match scene by storm and killing it everywhere he goes. So that'll be fun. My list is pretty short because, like I said, I've pretty much in the last 5 years I've been back because I'd quit for a little while and I came back and pretty much got to wrestle everybody that I wanted to.
Absolutely. And you're a legend of the game for that reason too, because you get all these great up and coming names, and they look up to you and they're like, "Oh my, I remember when you did that War Games match." And
Oh
then you
yeah,
go beat the tar piss out of them.
I know when my first GCW match was against Joey Janela in Huntsville, and he requested that match. He was like, "I want Tank because the Wild Side days. I mean, a lot of these
Yeah,
guys remember the Wild Side stuff."
I love it. And well, I believe during the Wild Side you had the Devil's Rejects, and nowadays you're in Coven of the Goat.
Yep.
I love this question, Tank. What are the qualifications for joining Coven of the Goat?
You got to be a redneck, hillbilly, don't mind bleeding a little bit. You got to be an ass kicker.
Hell yeah. And gotta also probably pass the qualifications of the Reverend too.
Oh yeah.
And that'll lead me to this question. How did your friendship with the Rev Dan Wilson basically came to be?
Uh, he was announcing at TWA, a little Georgia shit show, in Dalton, Georgia. And I'd taken a little time off. I came back, and he was the announcer there. Well, Gypsy Joe was his great uncle. Well, Gypsy Joe beat the dog shit out of me when I first started. So I showed up to a show just to kind of hang out and see what was going on. And Dan was like, "Oh fuck, this is the guy that Gypsy Joe beat up," and he finds out I'm related to him. He might try to beat me up, which there was never no, I didn't really give a shit. And then he moved on to Wild Side, and he pretty much got me in down there. I had a couple of tryout matches, and then he had quit the business, and we were trying to come up with something weird that never been done at Anarchy. And that's when me and Berg started teaming, and I was like, let's see if we can get Dan, who had been the clean cut announcer. He had grown his hair out, had a beard, and just do some kind of a crazy faction. And they called Dan, and he was like, well, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And it just kind of took off from there.
Hell yeah. And you two been traveling all up and down for how long?
Oh, since like 2005.
Holy moly, that's a long time.
But
That's
then
literally.
there was like, there would be like different versions of the Devil's Rejects. Like in Alabama, it was Seven and Patrick Bentley and Tempers. Well, I came in as the baby face to go against them, and
Oh,
then
hell yeah.
then I was a heel somewhere else, and one of those guys to be a baby face. And there's been quite a few members throughout the years.
And it's not like that with Coven, though. Coven's got the core.
Yeah.
So far, at least.
Oh yeah,
Which
we've
I.
it started out with me, Nathan, and CJ. And CJ got hurt, and then Jaden came in. Now Jaden's hurt, so mainly right now it's just me and Nathan and the
Absolutely.
Rev. We're the TWE Tag Team Champions, and I love the Moondogs. So I'd message Dan one day and was like, let's do something kind of different. Where like each tag team title match is a Covenant of the Goat rules match, which means there are no rules.
Hell yeah.
And like last night, we wrestled a couple of kids from the Black and Brave Academy up in Iowa,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
and they came down, and we just beat their ass and sent them back to Iowa.
I mean, I don't know many Iowa talent, so that's
Yeah,
pretty cool that they came
they
over
were
there.
they were good
Good.
kids. One
Hell
of them
yeah.
asked me, he's like, "How long have you been in the business?" And I was like, "In January it'll be 30 years." And he goes, "I go probably longer than you've been alive." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm only 23." I was like, "Good God."
That is hilarious. This is also, I got another good fan submitted question. Speaking of, you've been wrestling 20 years, you've been traveling all up in 20 plus, maybe. Tank, how have you evolved over time with, as the time ages with modern wrestling, or modern indie wrestling?
Uh, it's been rough because I got a certain, style of what I do and how I do things. And I'll be honest with you, in like 2016, I couldn't take it anymore because like the guys that were coming in the business locally were a bunch of fucking pussies, and they would gripe and whine about shit. And so I had a retirement tour in 2017, And in 2019, I came back to do some shows for Black Label in Illinois.
Hell yeah.
Did a Mania weekend, and then COVID hit, so I was like, well, I'm probably done for good. But then the deathmatch scene, IWA Mid South, not IWA, shit, ICW,
Nah.
fucking, during the pandemic, we're doing kick ass shows.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, if I get back into it, I'd like to, try to work with them to see if I still got it, because I hadn't done death matches in in a long ass time, and I was a fill in for Jeff King in Tampa, and been a fucking member of the roster ever since.
Hell yeah. What about your favorite match from the chains? Anything specific?
I had one with Cruel in Chattanooga that was really good.
Oh yeah.
Uh, there was one with Casanova in Atlantic City. One with John Wayne Murdoch in Atlantic City, the pit. Murdoch in Chattanooga. I haven't really had a bad match yet. The only one I was just kind of about was in Michigan, because the whole setup was just fucked up.
Oh, the no ring.
No, I actually wrestled Hoodfoot in that. There was like, we were in a fucking barn,
Yeah.
and Hoodfoot, that match was cool. But I
That
had a
was like
match
a
in the chains the night before. It was just I can't remember the guy's name I wrestled. Shit,
I think it
but
was
he
Justin Kyle.
Justin Kyle, our super nice guy, great talent. We just didn't mesh too well.
Sometimes that happens.
And I'll be the first to say it. It was probably my fault, because I'm so used to doing things one way, and I couldn't really adapt to the way he wanted to do it.
Hmm. Well,
But
we got. Oh,
it was still fun though.
yeah, absolutely. It was a crazy match. Doors were broken, chairs were thrown. It
Yeah,
was crazy. It was intense. A Justin Kyle tank match.
yeah, he's a good guy. I think he's been out hurt for a while now.
Yeah, I think he's actually done
Oh,
because
okay.
he was hurt. Well, I love this question, Tank. I gotta know, what are some of your deathmatch no nos? So, especially being an older man, I assume you probably limit
Yeah.
yourself to certain things. Anything you won't take, any spots you won't do.
I'm not a fan of fire, because it's so unpredictable.
Oh
My
yeah.
my boy Nathan, he don't give a shit. He'll just set himself on fire and jump on people. I'm not doing that. Recently, I watched a match, or clips of a match, with Lil Sicko and JD Horror, and they did the fucking toothpicks.
The I watched the full match.
And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that shit either. Skewers are fine. I mean, I'll take skewers all day, but those toothpicks, man, and then
You
reading
fuck off.
reading JD Horror's like right after the match, having to go to the hospital and getting surgery to get the shit out.
I interviewed him 3 days after, and he literally showed a infected wound in his elbow, and he goes, "Yeah, I pulled this." He texted me too right before. He goes, "Yeah, I just pulled this out." I was like, "You crazy motherfucker!" Like JD Horner, he's a great guy, but holy shit, is he crazy?
Yeah, there's just some. Yeah, I'm not doing toothpicks. Fuck that.
What about cactus? So I'm assuming no cactuses, no pencils, no
I did
stuff.
I did cactus one time, and I always wear. This was back in the day where I wore the long pants, and I always wear a shirt because I'm fat.
Yeah.
I'm very insecure. Anyway, I went into the cactus thinking, well, once I take all the stuff off, the fucking quills will come out, and they didn't. And
Oh no.
I probably had 100 of them stuck in me, and had them pulled out with needle nose pliers.
Oh.
So I was like, yeah, I'm never doing cactus again.
Have you ever done a Kenzan?
Nope, not doing that shit either.
No.
Just because just the way I've seen guys like Satu and Otis, and they got to pull that motherfucker out. Ugh.
Oh yeah, with pliers, with friggin' the grip, and the
Yeah.
the sound is even crazier.
Oh yeah. I watched one with Otis. I think it might have been about a year or two ago, and the way that sound, I was
Yep.
like, oh my god. Like, nope, y'all can have that shit too.
And then I love asking this. What about dry ice? Would you ever dabble in dry ice?
Never done it. I hadn't really thought about it. I saw some guys at a Blood and Honey show that Nathan runs do it. Hardcore Hillbilly and Brian White, and I was just like, what the fuck are they doing? Rolling around in this shit.
That daggone hillbilly, he's a crazy one.
Yeah.
Well, we go from the no-nos to the basics. Tank, what is your favorite deathmatch weapon?
I'm a fan of the gussets, to be honest with you.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
I don't want them stuck in my head, the give away the secrets. I know how to cut myself. But like to get the good arm color or whatever, gussets are cool. And I wrestled guys who are like, just stick it in my head. I'm like, bro, just get a blade. Don't
Yeah.
don't be a pussy. Just get the blade and cut yourself.
Quick little poke and tap, as they call it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. And what about this one? I love this one. Here we go. Tank, what is the most unique fan brought weapon you've ever interacted with? Whether you've been hit with it in the ring, you've seen it in backstage and went, what the fuck is that thing?
Oh, dude, I know back in the day, we're like Ian. Um, People would build some crazy shit.
Oh, I can only imagine some. Oh, I also want to know that. Any crazy IWA Mid South stories, too? That'd be.
And bro, we would just walk around and look, and we're like, nope, 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 nope. I mean, the tubes are cool, and panes of glass, they're so fucking sketchy. Because I was the other night, Cruel damn near fucking died because they put the wrong glass out there.
Yep.
So ever since then, I haven't been a bit fan of the panes of glass. Plus, I wrestled Saw 2 one night. We had one that would not break for shit. And but as far as like fan made, I mean, I've seen some stupid shit. That's bats with fucking uh, baby pins on them and shit like that.
Oh,
And I'm like, ugh. One cool was a bottle cap bat. It was like a bunch of beer bottle caps,
oh, hell
and like,
yeah.
and it wasn't too bad to take. I like the popper back because it always sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Speaking.
that's about it. But yeah, glass gussets are cool. I don't care for carpet strips either. Barbed wire, I don't care. But the carpet strips are a motherfucker too.
Oh, yeah.
They'll
Well,
jack you up.
you brought up bottle caps, and that'll bring me to this question, Tank. What is your favorite flavor of Coca Cola? Fan
Uh,
submitted question.
I'm a cherry Coke Zero guy.
Hell yeah.
In my real life, I work for Coca Cola.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I actually make the shit. So cherry Coke Zero is good. I like regular Diet Coke. A good a regular cherry Coke every now and then is fine. I'm trying to stay away from the sugars, but every now and then I'll have myself a good cold cherry Coke.
Absolutely. I was about to say, someone watched the Wrestling Life documentary on
Oh,
IWTV. What
okay.
I gotta know, what's it like working for Coca Cola, Tank?
Oh, it's fun. I mean, I've been there 25 years.
So what do you do? Like, do you bottle it? Do you just are you just sitting there making vats and tubs of it?
I just sit there and make vats and tubs of it.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
That rules.
it's pretty cool. It's a good job.
I bet. Well, that'll then get me into this question. Besides making Coca Cola, any other cool interests outside of pro wrestling?
I play a lot of video games. I'm a gamer.
I got what is Tank currently game? What consoles do you play? What games? I gotta know
Xbox
this one.
Xbox Series X. Play a lot of Call of Duty and NCAA college football. I'm not really big into like fantasy role playing games or whatever, but I do love me some Call of Duty and football games.
Do you get the wrestling games?
Bro, I haven't played a wrestling game in forever. I bought that AEW game a couple years ago. I think I played that shit for like an hour and was like, yeah, this is fucking terrible.
Uh,
I did like the engine because it was reminded me a lot of like the Nintendo 64 games, but it
yeah.
just wasn't the same.
I love it. I did not know Tank was a gamer. That is so cool.
I am. It's fun.
Absolutely. It's a little, besides, wrestling, it's a little takeaway from life.
Oh yeah.
I also got to know, this is another one of my favorite questions, Tank. What is your favorite movie?
Oh man, there's just so many. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but
Hell
I'm
yeah.
but I'm also a huge horror fan. So like Halloween's my favorite horror movie.
Oh, I gotta know. What are the Tank top 5 horror movies?
Oh shit, Halloween one, the original. Uh, Friday the 13th, part 4. The final chapter is good. Nightmare on Elm Street, The Shining, and they just made a remake of it, and I watched it. Actually, I watched it yesterday. The original Silent Night, Deadly Night. It had been years since I've seen it, but I watched it, and
Because
I was like,
obviously it's around that time you gotta
yes.
watch it.
And then like like I said, I like all the pretty much all the Star Wars movies. The original three, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones. Love those.
Lots of good classics.
Fucking Terminator, Terminator 2. Just and recent movies though. I was a big fan of Sinners. Did you ever see that?
I did actually. It was very good.
Sinners. I thought Weapons was great,
I didn't see Weapons. I heard good things about it though.
and then that there's the series on Max now, the Welcome to Derry, the about Pennywise. It's pretty fucking awesome.
I do gotta see that.
I like it a lot. I have a 9-year-old, and she's not afraid of anything, and she loves that show.
Do you take the family to shows?
Oh yeah, they'll go to the local shows like TWE, and my little girl likes the death matches. She doesn't like the glass. Once tubes are brought out, she goes hangs out in the concession stand.
Well, it's probably the risk, I assume. So
Yeah,
good for her. Good for her. Protection.
especially if the tubes are coming and then I'm coming behind the tubes. She got
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to see that, but yeah, she don't mind the blood and guts. And my wife, she's a nurse, so she's always back there patching everybody up.
Hell yeah. It's always good to have that partner in crime,
Oh
especially for
yeah,
that.
oh bro, I met my wife at a wrestling show in 2001 in Dalton, Georgia, and she has seen so many matches. I tell the story all the time where it was a death match for Ian, and I just looked out in the crowd, and she's reading a fucking book, and she looked up at me, and I gave her the nod that I was okay, and she looked at me, and I was probably squirting blood, and she just shook her head and just kept reading her fucking book.
Yeah. I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, she's a trooper. I mean, she's been like I said, I've been wrestling. It'll be 30 years next year,
Holy moly.
and she's been with me since 2001. So she's been to a shit ton of shows and watched some good wrestling. She'll watch some. She's watched a lot of shitty wrestling, and she'll be the first one to tell me, "Hey, that kid in the second match, he ain't worth a fuck." I'm like, I
I
don't
love
know. I
it.
didn't watch it.
That is amazing. Well, 30 years on freaking doing the damn thing. This is one of my favorite questions to ask the guest Tank. I gotta know, what would your last meal be after your retirement match?
Shit, probably something simple like going to Cookout or Buffalo Wild Wings or something. I'm not. I'm all about some fucking wings and burgers.
Hell yeah. No, I'm not familiar with cookout. So what is
It's just a little. It's a burger chain. I mean, they have burgers, hot dogs, and I know when everybody from up north comes down here or from out west, we always take them to Cookout 'cause you can get a shitload of food for very cheap.
That's what I keep getting told. So that's why I need to come out to Chattanooga sometime. One
Heck,
day, Tank.
come on, man. Back in the summer, Vinny Massaro was here, and he was just amazed by like all the food he got for like $7. He goes, "This would have been $30 in California."
Oh my goodness. Well, I also got to know, Tank, 30 years. What is your favorite match and death match you've done so far?
Oh man, favorite match would probably have to be the Samoa Joe match. Uh, Death match, favorite death match. Man, I've had so many. I had one with Necro Butcher in Plainfield, Indiana. That was a ton of fucking fun. Had one with Bull Payne. That was a lot of fun. I can't just come out, and just say one death
I'd
match.
say you could give me a couple.
Necro Butcher, Bull Payne, Cruel, uh, Matt Tremont. Goddamn, how could I forget that? And I had a good one with the Bev here in Chattanooga.
Oh my god, yeah, when you guys did the first ever, to my knowledge, the Gusset Plate Taipei.
Oh yeah, well,
Absolute
actually that was the second
insanity.
time. Me and Jeff Cannonball did one for IWA Deep South in 2017.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so and then Casanova was like, "I did it first." I'm like, "No, you did, motherfucker. We did."
That is crazy. Well, I also got to know. This is a double question, kind of. This is one that'll lead into another one. Tank, what did you think about the time you came to North Dakota for Time Bomb Pro? And any other dream locations you would like to wrestle in soon?
uh, Time Bomb was cool, man, because it was I'd never been to North Dakota. I'd wrestled in South Dakota before during the bike rally in like 2004. But me and Dan go in January, and it was like minus fucking 20 degrees or whatever.
Oh, so what it is currently right now over here.
So fucking cold. And we wrestled in a record shop slash hot dog restaurant, and it was like a no ring show, and it was fun. I'm not a drinker, so after the show, we all went back to the hotel, and people were partaking in alcoholic beverages, and I went to bed because I'm old.
Oh, yeah.
It's always pretty funny whenever I travel and everybody they want to go party. I want to go to bed.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm 23 and young, and I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm tired, guys. I don't get you. Friggin' y'all have fun. I'll be snoozing because I'm also usually the driver.
Yeah.
Well, I also got a note, Tank. This is another one of my favorite questions to ask the guests. If you could book your dream concert lineup, 3 to 4 bands or artists, any genre, they could be going or not going, what would the lineup be?
Oh man, got to put Metallica is my favorite band of all time.
Hell yeah! Have you ever seen them live?
Yeah, 27 times.
Holy shit!
First time I saw him was in 1986, and when Cliff Burton was still with him, and it was about 2 months before he died.
Oh
I
damn!
would put Metallica, Pantera. Oh shit, there's just so many fucking bands. I love Cheap Trick. I don't know if you really know who the hell Cheap Trick
I've heard of
is.
them. Yeah.
And they're old school. Uh, the Stones. I love the Stones. Me and my dad went and saw them last year in Atlanta. It's just crazy how these dudes are 80 years old,
Oh my god! Yeah, they're still doing the damn thing.
still out there doing the damn thing. So yeah, Metallica, Pantera, Cheap Trick, the Stones, and man, I love me some Anthrax too.
Hell yeah!
Anthrax.
That's a very underrated one, I feel. I don't know.
Oh
Not a lot of
yeah.
people respect Anthrax, but they're fire. Well, I also gotta know. I feel like you've been waiting for this one for a minute, because for some reason, whenever I see you on a show, and this is a fancy big question, this individual comes up too. Tank, tell us about your newly debuted acquaintance, Poondog.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's just some guy. He comes in, he steals my gear, and wears a mask and goes out there and shakes his fat ass.
That's what I'm saying. It was you and Condry. You guys wrestled in the back, and then all of a sudden, Poondog came out.
Yeah, I went to the back because I was bleeding pretty bad. I thought I needed stitches, and then I look out there, and this dipshit's out there dancing and getting the hell beat out of him.
But I'm saying it was craziness.
Yeah,
Well,
he's a weird dude. I mean, I try talking to him. He don't say much. He just kind of looks at me, and then he just like runs off into the night.
man, and then he starts humping Bobby Banks out of nowhere.
He loves him some Bobby Banks. I think
I,
Bobby Banks
I,
loves him too.
yeah. I mean, I love the Poondog too. I think he's a nutbag, and I love it.
But seriously though, man, the Poondog gimmick was just we were. I got to credit C.J. Lawler for the name. We were just back here. We were at a show one night, just shooting the shit, and I said something about some rat, and he said something about another rat, and I go, I wouldn't fuck her, but I know who would, and he goes, yeah, the Poon Dog. I said something about the Moon Dogs, and he said Poon Dog, and we just laughed and laughed. We were like, man, that's great, and and I was like, Poon Dog, I got to do it sometime. One of these days, Poon Dog's going to show up. So it was the Jameson Shook, his first show that he ran.
Yep.
It was the debut of Poon Dog. And the one thing about Poon Dog is once Tank retires for good, brother, Poon Dog can go on forever.
Oh yeah.
It's and then dude, like Sean Campbell told me, he was like, brother, 15 years ago, if we would have said, hey, you want to wear a mask and be the Poon Dog, you would have slapped the shit out of us. So I've chilled out a lot because I used to be kind of a hard ass. I always took this business so serious,
Oh yeah.
and now I'm like, fuck, I just want to have fun, and people absolutely love it.
Oh, absolutely. When I first saw it, I was like, "What in the fuck?" And then I fell in love. I was like, "Holy shit! This is the greatest thing ever that I've seen in
Because
TWE." In like, wow.
I'd done it, a few times at TWE shows, and I was like, so I asked Danny, I go, can I be Poon Dog? And he goes, well, we just got to make it make sense. So we did it that way. And some people at first who hadn't seen it were probably like, what the hell? But by the end of that match, they were Poon Dog fans.
And now we got Poondog and Hoodfoot in the chains coming up, if I'm correct.
Yes, that's going to be nuts.
It absolutely. And then you also have Bear Bronson that same
Yeah,
weekend, as you were saying earlier. That's gonna be
yeah, that's
insane.
that's going to be fun. And Hoodfoot, he has a buddy too. I don't know if he'll show up or not.
I know exactly who you're talking about, but
And then
we'll cross that bridge when Chattanooga gets there.
there's I believe one of the Jameson shows,
Oh, Gordo Libre,
El Gordo
yes.
Libre showed up, and I was like, "Who's this guy?"
I
So
believe El Gordo Libre and Poondog need to either tag or have a match.
oh yeah, it's bound to happen sooner or
Oh, I
later.
hope. Maybe El
I,
Shlacko will also show up too.
Fuck yeah, we'll just have us a damn orgy right there in the ring.
Yeah, especially with Poondog, anything can
The
happen.
Poon Dog, man, just give him some lube. It's like going to a Diddy party.
No. Oh my
Oh shit, I might
goodness.
get canceled for that. I better shut up.
Oh, well, Tank, we are down to 4 questions.
Okay.
I gotta know, what is your favorite kind of pie?
I love pecan pie.
Hell, I feel like that's a very southern
It's a
pick.
very southern thing,
It's
and
it's
then
also
right
a very underrated pie too. So it is a good
and
pie.
and right behind that is key lime pie.
Oh hell yeah!
I love me some key lime pie, and I know kind of staying on desserts. Last year for my birthday, you gave me a shitload of little cannolis. Was that was you, wasn't it?
No, it was Jamie. I think.
Okay. Well, anyway, they were good as shit.
Yeah, no, nothing
Eh,
beats a good cannoli.
Yeah, we were in. It was at Tremont's place in Jersey. It was my 54th birthday, and they had a cake back there and some little cannolis, and I was like, man, these people know how to treat an old man. Good.
Hold on, was that with the UK people?
Yes, I wrestled Iceman.
I brought cheesecake dip that weekend.
Cheesecake, that's what it was.
I brought that. Yeah, that's one
Yeah,
of my signature backstage recipes.
yeah, I
If
fucked
you
that
ever
up.
see me at a show, I usually now carry it on me.
Yeah.
Usually at least two flavors. I think I brought let's see if I remember. I brought Fruity Pebble that weekend. That was a good one. I was told it was, or no, it was strawberry. It was the straw. No way. Yeah, it might have been two. Yeah, it might have been those two that weekend. I make so much of it and give it all away too. It's so good.
All I know is me and Iceman, after we beat the shit out of each other, we were fucking that up. So
Oh yeah. Well, I also got to know 30 years on the road. Tank, what is your favorite on the road snack and beverage
uh
combination? You always got to have it on you in the vehicle or if it's on the plane accessible.
man, I'm a pretzel guy. I
Oh,
love
hell
pretzels.
yeah.
Just give
Soft
me
or
a
hard?
hard.
Okay.
And then on the road a lot, I like to bring Debbie cakes, like a different variety of Debbie cakes. And me and the Rev will just fuck up Debbie cakes all the time, and while we're driving, and I usually drink a lot of water when I'm on the road.
Nothing beats it. Good old H2O.
No,
Well, Tank, I also got to know. This is the second to last question. What has been the most gratifying moment of your 30 plus year career so far?
man, I've got to do a lot of cool shit. And one of them was being a security guard on Monday Night Raw and getting beat up by DX. And then this past year, or actually this year, we got to go to Phoenix, Arizona for AEW ROH, and me and Jaden wrestled Gringo Loco and Ares. A very Clash of Styles,
Oh,
especially with
yeah.
me in it. So getting to do a couple of shows for ROH, the AEW ROH. I got to do two this year. Those, it's very, very cool, and I'm very thankful for that. Being as long as I've been in and as old as I am, it's just funny watching these young kids. They're like, "Who's the old dude?"
Oh, yeah.
But it was cool running into like guys like Samoa Joe and Claudio and FTR. I've known Stephen Walters since he started. Uh, Cash Wheeler, whatever the hell he goes by now.
oh,
He's still Stephen Walters to me, damn it.
yeah.
That's the thing. A lot of these guys now with their, like Seth Rollins, I know him as Tyler Black.
That's what Neil said earlier. I was like, oh, is there anyone you remember like hanging out with back in the day who were like Jonathan Gresham? He's like, oh, I ran into Jonathan Gresham recently. We popped Mad Dog Conley about that. I'm like, and he was like, yeah, no, Tyler Black is Tyler Black to me. And I'm
He's
like, hell yeah.
he's fucking Tyler Black. And then, I'll say it to some people, and they're like, "Who?" I go, "Oh, Seth Rollins."
Yep.
And then when Claudio was Cesaro, I still called him Claudio.
I still also called him Claudio. I was like, oh yeah, that's Claudio Castagnoli from CZW. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What are you
another
talking
dude.
about?
That's another dude. I had to wrestle him once. You talk about
Oh, he's so good.
a fucking worker right there, brother. I mean, he
Oh
is.
yeah.
He was so good. And the night I wrestled him, I had just gotten over having bronchitis, so I couldn't hardly fucking breathe. He took such good care of me and was like We just won't do nothing where you have to run the ropes because I didn't want to get blowed up, whatever. So we just stood there and fought. He gave me a bunch of European uppercuts and beat my ass, and it was a good
Probably cured
time.
the bronchitis right out of you.
It did. He knocked the bronchitis right out of me.
Yeah. I love it. Well, Tank, we are down to the last question. The reason we have this goddamn podcast, Tank, 61 episodes deep, asking all these superstars this question. Tank, the deathmatch community's got to know, what is your favorite kind of soup?
Uh, Here recently, I've been using this shit called Big Ass Bar of Soap.
Oh,
My wife
soup,
finds it.
soup.
Oh, soup. Oh, I thought you said soap. Fuck. I was like, why is he asking me about goddamn soap? My favorite kind of soup, man, I just love me some good old chicken noodle soup.
Hell yeah.
And if I had to pick a number two, it would be potato soup.
Hell yeah. Two solid soups right
Yes,
there.
yes. Potato soup, I would say, is kind of like more of a southern thing, but it's so fucking good.
It
My
is.
my wife makes a mean ass potato soup, so that's
Hell
making
yeah.
me that's making me want potato soup right now.
Especially because it's the winter time.
I can't believe you.
Soup
I thought you
season.
said soap. Goddamn, I'm
That
dead.
was so. I was like, Barstool sounds like, whoa, yeah. It's I asked Bobby V that question. He thought I said suit, and I was like, he was like, my birthday suit, and I'm like, whoa. Well, Tank, we've hit the end of the interview. This is the part I put you on. We talk about the soup. I put you on the spotlight now. Plug your social medias. Where can we find you next? Where can a booker find you? All that
uh,
good stuff. Anything you want to tell the fans? Any
now
merch plug?
I'm on Facebook as my real name, Warren Hollander. On Instagram as Strong Style Psycho, and Twitter is tank underscore at 1996. And most of my merch stuff, I don't have anything online. It's always in person, basically. And as far as anything to say, nah, I'm good to go.
Well, all right. We'll end it with
just
this.
just
Oh,
support your local shows and the deathmatch community. God damn, let's just get along.
damn right.
You know,
Well,
these motherfuckers with two different groups arguing back and forth. Let's just get along.
I couldn't agree more with you,
And
Tank.
and we're all here for the same reason because we love fucking professional wrestling. So let's just get along and watch fucking wrestling. Support who you want to support. That's cool. I don't care. Let's just be nice to each other.
Abso-goddamn-lutely. Well, for the Bloodbath Behemoth Tank, I'm Dewey the Hot Dog. Deathmatch United, soups, death matches, and all good things in between. And I'll catch you